Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Okay. Hey Black Queen, how are you? Everybody's got a dental appointment. I thought I was the only one, but every time I look up, somebody's got another dental appointment. Oh well. Pretty soon my teeth will be just like the stars. They are going to come out at night. Okay. If I go to the dentist one more time, every time I speak, the words are going to come out like suffering succotash. Oh boy. Okay, so believe it or not, I got my slides ready. So I don't think we'll be on for more than an hour today. Happy lunch break, everyone. And if you're having dinner in the Eastern Hemisphere, happy dinner break or dinner time. Okay. Are you like that, Edna? Do you like that? Yeah, but for me, my dentist children would never be able to go to college, but um, what could I say? This is what I get for having a sweet tooth. Yesterday, I indulged myself with some Stan's donuts. If you guys have had Stan's donuts before, oh my goodness. If you've never had Stan's donuts, then you don't know what you're missing. But be careful because you are going to love Stan's donuts. Okay, let's not delay, shall we? I'm gonna go full screen with that. And okay, so as I have been saying for quite some time, I said that channels that don't normally speak about the Sussexes, once they start talking about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, it seems to change their fortunes. Like, for instance, here, this channel is called, let me see here. I want to bring it up on another screen so I could actually see what I'm looking at here. Print is kind of small, but it's called Sue Blackhurst. Sue Blackhurst. Well, she has like, I guess she's a behavioral science. Now, I've seen her channel before, but I haven't watched it in probably maybe almost a year, I guess. But so on the column to the left, you can see Diana, William, and Harry, 13,000 views. Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, how our perception forms our opinion, 27,000 views. Should the Queen and Prince Charles respond to Harry and Meghan? 48,000 views. Why did Harry and Meghan really name their daughter Lilibeth? 106,000 views, right? Why Prince Harry will never break the cycle of parenting mistakes. Prince Charles and et cetera, 32K. And then Hold Steel versus the bench, Kate versus Meghan. Oh, obviously, 131,000 views. Now, I've only had two videos that got better than 100,000 views, right? Only two. Out of 430 videos, more or less, 430 videos, I've only had two that broke the 100,000 mark. And she was able to do that just by having a Kate versus Meghan. Now, let's take a look at the next column, shall we? The next column is anti-aging skincare routine, 1,400 views. Simple everyday makeup tutorial for mature skin, 949 views. Obviously, when she speaks about the Duchess of Sussex, her fortunes are humongous. Whenever she talks about the Sussexes, she can actually probably get groceries for that night. Using what is that? The Kegel exercise ball? Oh, okay, whatever that is. For the first time to tighten the pelvic floor. Oh, that sounds kinky. Anyway, only 1,200 views. You know what? I don't even know what a pelvic floor is, but I digress. Home remedies for hot flashes and night sweats in menopause, 1,700 views. Women over 50 and introduction to our channel, 2,800 views. And why this is the last video about Harry and Meghan, 43 K. So 43,000 views. And that was anyway. So you get the what I'm saying here is what I've been saying for a long time. If a person wants to make money, all you have to do is throw the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in there, and all of a sudden the money comes rolling in. And so it is not a surprise by any stretch of the imagination why some channels like the old bubblehead lady that do the antiques or the resale shop stuff, is it any wonder why she'll like all of a sudden stop talking about restoring a lamp and she starts talking about the Sussexes? I've been saying this for quite some time. I've been saying this, and as you can see here, um, Christopher Bowsy of the, am I saying it wrong? Is it Boozy? A Bowsy. I hate to say Boozy because, that sounds like I'm trying to say he's, all that. So I would say Bowsy. Okay, Christopher Bowsy. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that if I got it wrong. But this channel used to focus on Harry and Meghan. But after we published our report, she decided to switch focus. Notice the dramatic decline in views per video. Yeah, yeah, I've noticed. So there you have it. There's the proof positive. All you have to do is look at one column of videos compared to the other, and all of a sudden, she's not getting that many views. So this is like a behavioral channel, or whatever. It's like a lifestyle channel. And I watched her because are you sure? Are you certain of that? Because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac and I worry about everything, Lydia. So, um, okay, I'm going to assume you're right. uh, I just caught that out the corner of my eye. Yeah. So anyway, well, that's a relief. I'm glad I don't have to worry about a pelvic floor. I don't even know what it is. And I'm pretty sure at my age, even if I did know what it was, I probably couldn't reach it. uh, thank you, folks. I'll be here all week. Be sure to come and see us on the promenade deck. I'm like a bad cruise ship comic, right? Thank you, folks. We'll be here all week. This like the Royal Sussex, or is this some kind of bad Las Vegas lounge act? I haven't decided yet. So, oh man. Okay, so yeah, they will be here tomorrow. Rosters are planning to ask them about reparations. If they get near them, I'd love to hear them answering. Oh boy, yes. So tomorrow is supposed to be fun. Now, is it tomorrow or today that the Cambridges are supposed to that the Cambridges are supposed to reach Jamaica? Well, Baron, let's just say you passed through one when you were born. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. All right. So, let's see. With so many hater channels, I could never understand why the trolls come here. I don't get it either, but you know, people love to hate. People love to hate. It's so much easier, it's so primal for people to just hate rather than to be civilized and show love and respect. So, oh, sorry, I'm taking a stretch here. All right. Slept very well, but you know, sometimes later in the morning I get that weird feeling, and then by afternoon it's like nap time. Let me see. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge Caribbean tour faces further protests, with Jamaica campaigners accusing the Queen and her predecessors of perpetuating slavery. No doubt. Okay, so let's get to the very, very hot topic that is happening on Twitter right now. Meghan Markle's biggest troll is her half sister. Now, I'm going to try to explain this as best possible, but to be honest with you, there is so much to unpack that I was literally working up to the last minute trying to make sure I get this right because um, Christopher Bowsey has been very busy trying to. Um, well, anyway, you'll see. So we saw this article from Ellie Hall, and this was in BuzzFeed. The news investigation shows that Samantha's Twitter account has, oh, that's small print. Let me see. Oh, God, I can barely see that. Hold on a second. Has posted conspiracy theories about Meghan. The Duchess' half sister denied all claims and threatened to sue BuzzFeed News. Okay, well, this is what's happening. And I think I got this right. I think. But you let me know if there's anything that I missed. So people said right away that BuzzFeed was giving the online trolls, well, not Samantha, but other people, were giving the trolls a way out and trying to shift blame to to Samantha and to Thomas Markle, right? That is what some people were saying about this article. Some people thought the article was a big relief, like, oh, yes, finally, the story can be told. But it wasn't the entire story. It wasn't the entire story. So, of course, everybody knows that Samantha is a troll. Samantha has had, what, 12 Twitter accounts closed down, more or less, but she keeps coming back, just like a horror movie. Just when you think the villain is down, suddenly their very menacing head starts to raise up again, and they just keep coming at you, right? You smash a TV over their head, you think they're all electrocuted and everything. You've seen like the Friday the 13th or Jason movies or whatever, and they're shaking violently. You think the villain is gone, right? And they just keep coming back. Well, that's how Samantha is. She just keeps coming back. Just when you think she has settled into her suburban lifestyle and that perhaps she's made enough money from all of the television shows, oh no, she just keeps coming back. So the last incarnation of Samantha was via a lawsuit, which we don't even know if she has a lawyer or not. Who knows? Who cares, right? So here, sorry to break the news to you, but you can't file a police report. An ex-convict who gave a journalist an interview and had her YouTube channel terminated. Stop embarrassing yourself and find something better to do with your time. So, with this, you can see we all have been talking about Yankee Wally lately, right? Sorry, but he's right. Filing a police report for what for an interview with Yankee Wally gave Ellie Hall, or maybe I'm not getting it. Yankee Wally, 9 to 5, I think that's what that says. It would be okay if it was just an interview, but we have a lot more than that. Fill in the details. I'm lost here. Okay, they ain't the only one because, like I say, it's a lot to unpack. I can't. I'm sorry, but it's worth reporting her if you feel strongly about it. Okay, let's go a little bit further. So, Christopher says a beautiful biracial woman married a prince, and a bunch of dusty trolls who never stood a chance got upset because she ruined their unattainable fantasy. That really refers to the crowd of haters against the Duchess of Sussex, which are predominantly white women, although I have seen some black women that have also been hating on the Duchess of Sussex if they were actually of African descent. One can't be sure because sometimes people will use profile photos that are not theirs. So they spent their past 5 years being angry and blaming her for their failures, as if they were somehow eligible for the world's most eligible bachelor, which, of course, these are some middle aged women who may have been, I don't know, well past their prime in terms of dating some young royal that, well, anyway, I don't think it would have been a good fit for them to be with Prince Harry. But again, some people have their delusions and what have you. And who are we to who are we to, straighten them out about that? So anyway, let's move on. So here it says, I sincerely don't understand why people insist on lying when they know I keep receipts for occasions like this. And so that was more recent. But then before that, Christopher had posted on his Twitter, good morning to everyone except journalists who try to get their sources to conduct disinformation campaigns against other sources. So let's go a little deeper here. I usually don't do this, but the fact Ellie Hall was dishonest, allegedly, I mean, because I don't know this to be true. I'm just quoting this right here. So I think I have to throw that in there. Allegedly, with her source about Bont Sentinel's involvement and then didn't cite us as her piece warrants a proper response. I was giving Ellie Hall a steady flow of information until February 2022. So, as I understand it, Bot Sentinel and or Christopher were instrumental in the report that was written for the BuzzFeed, but no credit was given to Christopher and or Bot Sentinel for the report. Okay, so let's see right here. You can see Ellie Hall. This is a screen grab from a what do you call those? Oh, WhatsApp account. Okay, I saw on Twitter that you made a video today, so I clicked and I just wanted to say, you don't bore me. If I was talking fast, it was because I was a little nervous to talk to you because you have been such a prominent figure in the online, I hate to say the M word, but Megxit world for years now. And please know that I wasn't trying to be rude, that I wasn't trying to, oh yeah, that I wasn't trying to be rude. When I ended our call quickly, I had to answer for a palace, I guess, comms person or communications person because I'd call them requesting comment on something for another story. I very much want to talk to you again and ask you a few questions for my piece at some point. Good luck with your oral surgery today, I hope. See, everybody's having oral surgery. And so this is something that Christopher shared. That is it there, right? And so he shared that. And then there's some more receipts there with the blue and such. So I couldn't really make that out. So last night, one of Ellie's sources was so disturbed by the WhatsApp message, she asked me to make their DMs public, not only did Ellie lie to another source, but she was trying to persuade her source to share her article and tell people I wasn't involved in the reporting. So, um, as I understand it, it appears as though they were trying to close out Christopher's participation with the BuzzFeed article and apparently just take credit for themselves, or Ellie Hall, I suppose, was trying to take credit for herself, having, done all the research and necessary information grabbing to put it together herself. Again, I was trying to unpack this because there was a lot of material, and I'm hoping I'm doing a due justice to it. But it was like so much so fast, and I just only had a chance to see it last night. So, um, oh, you too? Well, let me know how it works out. Okay. All right. So here, add insult to injury, Ellie Hall contacted me the day she published her story, and then I mean, let's see. Good God, I can't see that. And she tried to manipulate me into reacting positively to her story. Not only Ellie didn't cite Botsitno, but she also wanted me to remain quiet about her deception. So, about her deception, meaning that I believe it means that he had no involvement in the story. I don't expect an apology from Ellie Hall or BuzzFeed News, so I will leave a few screenshots here to prove Ellie lied to her sources and everyone else. I am against publishing private messages, but Ellie Hall didn't correct the record, and I have no choice but to do it for her. So he's going to correct the record for Ellie Hall. So before I go any further, let me see if you all have any comments. Let me see. They're going to run out of names soon. Um, Let me see. What a tangle web we weave when first we practice to deceive, or she practices to deceive. Yeah. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Again, you guys, I hope I'm getting this right. It is so much to unpack. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so here you can see some of the reactions from Twitter. Wow, how did Ellie Hall think she'd get away with this? Ellie knew what you and your family were being targeted by Yankee Wally and her sycophants, allegedly, yet she intentionally poured more gas on the fire, all the while stealing your research and taking credit for it. Hashtag BuzzFeed needs to fire her. And then, of course, there was another response here, the triple whammy of using Black people's work, carrying out a campaign to deny credit for that work while cozying up to people that are actively carrying out a targeted hate campaign against a Black woman. Well, that is pretty clear to understand. And then, of course, here it says there is a lot of history of certain folks stealing Black people's work, but I have never witnessed such brazen, unethical behavior from a journalist. I am appalled. I have put my family and myself in harm's way to expose single purpose hate accounts targeting Meghan Markle. Okay, and then to continue, you guys, let me see. Does anybody have any comments? Connie Balmer. This whole thing is a nightmare. How did people get to be so evil? That, I guess everybody has their motivations, whether it's power or money, or power that comes from money. Repulsor, they can't stop reaching on behalf of mediocre Katie. Okay. And then Lydia says Ellie Hall lied to Yankee Wally and Christopher Bowsey. Um, a real snake. Yeah, I believe. Okay, And what Lydia means by that is that Ellie was swearing up and down to Yankee Wally that she hadn't been in contact with Christopher for quite some time. And I guess you can kind of say she was speaking with a forked tongue, or not really playing one against the other. But like I said, it is a lot, and I was trying to like get the proper timeline. Um, you know, with regards to the story. I mean, Christopher had a lot that he put out there, and anyway, if I continue, um, maybe it explained better. Um, if Yankee Wally were in the hospital, she would have posted I think that's a Getter, a GETTR account. Anyway, so people would send her money. Yankee is sitting at home thinking about her next grift. And then I think this is someone who was trying to, let me see, I suppose Sadie will be in the hospital again once Rumble account is terminated. I think Rumble is another like social media account. And then it goes on to say, just to let you know, Sadie is in the hospital because of you. The police are investigating. Your tweets are already subject to police inquiry. I've had people say that to me, that um that the Metropolitan Police was looking at my account as though the Met Police in London have some type of jurisdiction over me. And well, anyway, you understand what I'm saying. I've had people threaten me like that before. She's in hospital. You and Ellie are to blame, but more so are you. Are your benefactors. Wish there were deep pockets to sue, but none of you has enough to make it worth it. So this was the stuff going back and forth there. Yikes, Yankee Wally is on Getter. So again, I believe that's a social media account. I've never heard of it. Sharing messages between her and Ellie Hall. A lot is going on here, but Wally is happy with the article, and she said she would straighten out her viewers. Ellie is telling her not to share the messages the Sussex squad because of the Sussex squad backlash. So the Sussex squad keeps people up at night? Are you serious? Of course they do. Mr. Bowsy is going deep on E Hall. Um, she who See who she was talking to in the palace. Right, right. There's a communications person in the palace that she's been speaking to. Don't know who the person is, but as we all know, and I haven't said this in days, the calls are coming from inside the house. Oh man. So you guys, this is my best attempt to explain this, but apparently Bot Sentinel and or Christopher helped with the article and got no credit for it. And I believe Ellie was trying to deceive Christopher, possibly, and also trying to or successfully deceived Yankee Wally, surely. Still mostly offline and will be for the next few weeks, but I wanted to reply and ask that you not share this reply because of SS Backlash, that would be Sussex Squad, to say that I am glad you feel that I accurately represented your perspective in the story and that I did not lie to you. As I have said, everything I have done in this story has been in good faith. Be well. And I believe this response from, let me see, I totally believe you, especially now. Don't worry about my channel comment. I'll straighten them out. You just watch Bowsy. Bowsy. Um, I think that the whole time he thought the article was concerning something. I don't know what that, concerning something else. But anyway, wow. All I can say is just wow. This is why it's always important to keep receipts. I saw on Twitter that you made a video today, so I clicked and I just wanted to say, you don't bore me. If I was talking fast, it was, oh, I believe that's where it started in the first place. Okay. So, well, you guys, please let me know what you think about that because that was a lot to unpack. And again, I did my best to tell it as accurately as possible. Okay. Ellie Hall probably had a fantasy of being a princess, but Meghan beat her to the punch. Okay. One by one, these schemer trolls will take each other down as one. I would not go down without taking the other. I know if I got to go, everybody's got to go. Okay. London Bridge will be falling down sooner than later. The Sussex squad is here for it. Susie Q. Whatever is London Bridge? I don't understand. What do you mean by London Bridge, right? Hut Queen. Oh, excuse me, my sinuses again. Hut Queen. Let me see. All right, let me go down here. And the end will know who in the palace is feeding the trolls. Yeah, well, surely is someone in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Let me see. Getter is where the right wing go to conspiracy with QAnon. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that until today. I didn't know anything about it. Okay. Hi, Vinny Blair. Wonder if I can find the zero sugar. Uh, okay. All right. So, I mean, you guys, any thoughts about this? Yeah, you lie down with dogs, you'll get fleas. Apparently. Well, if you guys are on Twitter, please go and check it out because I'm sure that I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Bunch of mediocre R words and jealous Karens and Kens canceling themselves. Compliments of karma. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Well, so if that's good for you all, then I think this is going to be kind of a short day today. Thank you for being here, all 735 of you. Well, let's just do this then. As you can see, the hearings are taking place for Supreme Court Justice nominee Brown. She has been given the nod by the Congressional Black Caucus. As you can see there, it says she will rise. And she has been, of course, celebrated by the former Secretary of State. Always been correct, always come correct, never wrong. Hillary Clinton, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is the most qualified, and we are all behind her. Who is the next Supreme Court Justice of the United States? Okay, Supreme Court. Wow, SCOTUS. Supreme Court of the United States judge. Okay, that's SCOTUS. All right. So here you can see her qualifications. As you can see there, she is more qualified than anybody else on the bench right now. Education, public school, Ivy League law, Supreme Court clerking, public defender, sentencing commission, district judge, and court of the appeals. And of course, the federal appellate court or court of the appeals, that is where you find a lot of candidates for the Supreme Court. So you have the circuit court, and then you have the appellate court. And then if neither one of those can settle the case, then it goes on to the Supreme Court. And a lot of the judges kind of move in that direction where they go from one to the other. So she's actually a federal judge as it is right now as we speak. She is a federal judge. She's already been vetted, but for whatever reason, for the political theater, they have to go through this whole big overblown vetting process again. I think she's going to be just fine, but um, don't have doubts, you guys. That is going to be our next Supreme Court justice. They're trying to, like, rake her over the coals, but don't worry about it. She'll be fine. Uncle Ruckus, unfortunately, will be out of the hospital in 2 days. So this matters to me, Bernice A. King, me and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. And what she's speaking of is representation matters. And that is the fact that this is a woman of color, an African American woman, who is going to be our first Supreme Court justice, female Supreme Court justice of African American descent. This all started with Thurgood Marshall, and then, of course, we got Clarence Thomas, if you want to say we have that. And then, of course, this will be the third time in the history of this country that we have a judge of African American descent who also happens to be a woman. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Okay. God forgive me when I heard about Uncle Thomas. In hospital, I hoped he would never come back. Now you stop saying what so many people are thinking. How dare you? Okay. So, gosh, she looks so young. She looks so young. I mean, well, anyway, but she does. She looks very young. That's her parents right there. You can see her father was an attorney for the Miami-Dade School Board. Her mother was the principal of the New World School of Arts, a magnet public high school. So her parents are high achievers as well. So it only stands to reason that their daughter should be the next Supreme Court justice. She has the credentials, and she comes from a family of high achievers. So let's make this happen. Trigger alert. Okay, I'm seeing the Uncle Ruckus. I must admit, I am seeing Uncle Ruckus. You guys got me there. it conjures up he conjures up so many things that I just should never say publicly. Oh man. You guys, let's well uh uh-huh. I'm not even going to read this one out loud, but they keep showing that clip on Twitter. Oh man. Let's see. Evening, everyone. Has anyone seen the letter to Will and Kay saying they will not celebrate the Queen's Jubilee and it is very long? No, I have not seen that letter. I did not see that letter. And whom is it from? This woman, Samantha, is insane. She has missed out relationship with her stepsister. Yeah, she has. I mean, one. Oh wow, my sound. Sorry, my sound went out for a second. One thing about a grifter is that when people grift, they lose track. They actually lose track of their grift. And let's see. Let's go back here. There we go. Once a person starts grifting, and so things could have been so much more lucrative for her in a nice way if she would not have decided, well, that is, I'm speaking of Samantha, if she would not have decided to retreat into the dark world of the tabloids and the hate accounts. She could have sold a book or two. I mean, there's a lot of ways that she could have monetized her relationship without trashing her sister. A lot of ways she could have done that. Um, she has a good presence on camera. She manages to draw people in. Um, but a grifter is going to grift. If our last president wouldn't have been a grifter, he would still be president now. But when he needed to be a decent person for once in his life, he just couldn't do it. So I think that when it comes to Thomas Markle Sr., when it comes to Samantha, and when it comes to our former president, grifting is their default setting. You know, they default to grift rather than try to, be a person of integrity. So, well, you guys, I think that will just about do it for today. Because of all of this information that I was trying to dissect with the the this stuff. Let me see. Let me find it here. With all of this I was trying to dissect, I think I may come back later today to talk about the Cambridges. I didn't want to mix the two today. So I think I'll come back later today and talk about the Cambridges tonight. So for a lot of you guys, you'll probably be asleep. It may be as late as 8 o'clock. If not, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll probably just wait until tomorrow. But again, that was a lot to dissect with that. And I'm still not sure I got the story in the proper context, but I did my best. Let me see. You are showing Prince William. I would love to show that, but I have been having trouble with monetization lately, whereas I have been receiving the copyright claims. So, as much as I would love to show that, I'm not sure that I'm able to do it because I think that there may be somewhat of a backlash against a lot of the hate channels that will eventually drift over into the Sussex friendly channels. I'm thinking that that's a possibility. I'm not sure yet, but for whatever reason, I have had some trouble with. I mean, and you guys heard the podcast, so I don't think I've said or done anything that I wouldn't normally do. But in spite of that, there has been some unknown copyright claims against some of the material that I shared. And what happens is that the AI determines that. And apparently, the AI seems to think that there was some type of breach. So I definitely don't want that headache. Yeah, because it happens. So if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not at this time. Okay. Yeah, but it's very weird. So I don't know. Maybe it's the palace. Who knows? But apparently there seem to let me see, cookies and creams. The wife should be in jail. She needs to be kicked off the Supreme Court. He needs to be kicked off the Supreme Court. Yeah, the wife, she's didn't she have something to do with the January 6th? Was she there or something like that? I mean, I've seen the stories. I know she's like a big trumper, but I'm not sure of what her involvement was. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it could very well be that. It could very well be that. They said that people are going to start coming after the squad. So then go back to their channels and twist your words and all the. Yeah, absolutely. So you guys, what can I say? the squad is, they said the squad is going to be targeted because they're angry because they lost their channels. They lost some of their hate channels. So, um, yeah. Let me see, Pamela Porter. You said, yep. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but like 3 videos in a row, there's been some type of claim, and I don't even understand why. But yeah, and just like, if you notice, I don't talk about the Queen's wayward son and his court case anymore, because every time I spoke about that, then that seemed to be an issue. So, yeah, they can be very skittish about the language that we use. Like, we can't use the R word, right? We can't use the C word. Now, if I were, say, ABC or something like that, if I was like a big media organization, then I would be free and clear to talk about those things. But because this is just a little small channel, then certain things I'm just unable to talk about. Or if I say it, then they will block the monetization. So it's hard to know what's proper. It is hard to know what's proper. You don't get an explanation until um the claim is made, and then they'll give you a chance to remove it or something like that, or they just won't monetize your video. And it's a lot of work to not get monetization, you know what I'm saying? Like, to do a live, you got a bunch of research that goes in before, and then throughout the day, you're responding to comments and stuff, and you got people in your DMs. So it's like the work never really ends. It's off and on intermittently throughout the day. You're still working. So that's all I can say about that. So I'm going to keep it short today. And I know that Duchess of Success is going to elaborate on the entire thing about the um, Ellie Hall and such. So good luck. Kathy G, isn't that censorship? Well, in a matter of speaking, it is, because they have I mean, the sponsors, or not sponsors, but the well, yeah, the sponsors, the ones that pay for the monetization, is the people who pay for the ads on the YouTube, right? And so they have a right to make sure that their image is protected against, like, me using a string of expletives or something like that, which of course I never do. But some sensitive topics they do not want to sponsor, and that is their prerogative. But it's like you put the work in, but you're not getting compensated for it, because it may conflict with whatever. So that's all I'm saying, is that there seems to be more scrutiny in the past week than there has been in the past few months. Yeah. Let me see. The Sussex Squires are the only ones talking about the tour. We should be radio silence about them during this week. Well, that is something to consider. That is something to consider. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about them today. I'm going to wait and see what happens when they go to Jamaica. And but yeah, it's so much going on in the world, and it's a bizarre time for them to take a trip to the Caribbean in the first place, because of with Ukraine and such. But that was their way of celebrating it. I mean, is this really a year to have a celebration for the Queen's Jubilee? I think that they should. Um, I guess I think they should just do less. Um, they probably plan to go out to the Commonwealth nations. This is just the start of it. I mean, there's so many other places that they can go. I think it's a bad time for them to do this kind of work in that family. I mean, to start with, you had the pandemic, and now it continues with the war in Ukraine. I mean, is this really a time for celebration? But they seem to think it is. Yeah, Bright Eyes PBMJ. Yeah, I think you may be right. Yeah. So, you guys, I can't tell you what's going to happen in the near future, but I'm just saying it seems like they are putting a little more scrutiny on everybody right now. And perhaps this is part of a backlash from the fact that Yankee Wally's channel it has been, I've never actually watched any of her stuff before. So I know that she is a hate channel, but again, I never watched any of her stuff, so she never like came up on my feed before. Murky Meg has popped up before, but not Yankee Wally. Um, so yeah, I've never like really watched either one of them. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to check that out. Let me see. YouTube needs to get a letter from all squaddies about their censorship of us and let people like Yankee Wally go for years without repercussions. Yeah, and there was a lot of and who's to say that they're not like trying to upset the Sussex Squad channels as we speak. It seems to be like a backlash. So I've never experienced this in all these months, but it just seems like there's a great deal of scrutiny that was not there before. It's like every little thing. So, but they're just mad because things are not going their way. So, what can you do? Okay. All right, you guys. Let's give love to our faves. Like I said, I'm going to keep this short today. And yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. But probably best to tread lightly this week until things kind of settle down. Let's see. That would be here we are. Okay. The Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana. And we give our love to the Queen of Everything, Doria. The Queen of Everything. Okay. Any more comments, anybody? Let me take another scan through here. And you have one of the larger platforms, so you will be targeted. Tell me about it. I haven't been able to monetize the last 3 videos for whatever reason. I was just like, okay, something is happening. Let me see. Everyone keep Miss Moses in your prayers. This is a young lady the GOP tried to put in jail for voter fraud for 6 years in Tennessee. The proof came out she was innocent, the judge and the politicians fake. Oh, well, thank you for reminding us of that, Denise Marcus. Oh, yes, Annie Bullard, you're absolutely right. You're right. I am going to make a note of that. I'm going to make a note of that because otherwise I will forget. Just like Connie Balmer wanted me to do some things with the merchandise, and I haven't done that either. I only think about it when I'm actually working, and then as soon thereafter, it just slips right out of my mind. Too much going on. Okay, side by side, making a note. Side by side. I just hope I don't forget where I put the note. What can I say? I'm a baby boomer. I'm suffering from sometimers. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Okay. Everyone keep Miss. Okay, I think I saw that one right. Yankee always comes up on my feed, and I tried to block her. One day I went on my channel to tell Google to stop sending that nasty channel to my feed. I told Yankee she's a liar, and I saw her death threats. Whoa, did you really? Okay. Well, like you all said, they got away with a lot for a long time, but for whatever reason, the Sussex squad seems to be under an exceptional amount of scrutiny lately. Let me see. They're probably mad because you come hard for the mediocre jazz hands. No doubt. No doubt. I have none of those creatures on my page, but every blue moon. Yeah, the Neil Sean Neil, I can never remember which comes first, but it is so rare he ever pops up on my feed because I always click not interested. I mean, that's one of the best things you can do is just click not interested. But because it's just like such a limited amount of Sussex friendly channels, I think that whatever the artificial intelligence, just keep pushing those negative channels in your direction because there's not enough of the other stuff available. So okay. Yes, mom. Yes, mom. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I was thinking, you guys, maybe I'll just go back to the edited videos for a while. Maybe that's the easiest thing to do is just to go back to the edited videos. Let me think about that. It takes more time to put those together, but if I do that, they'll probably only be about 20 minutes long at the most. But that is an option is to just go back to the edited videos until like maybe the Sussexes go to the Invictus games. So I'm thinking about doing that because the lives with this kind of thing is going to be a bit of a hassle in the future if they are going to pursue this heavy-handed scrutiny. It wouldn't even be worth doing the lives because it's so much work to not actually have it monetized. So maybe it's better. Maybe it's better. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I do believe I did. I canceled that and I canceled my um Apple TV account. I got Apple TV for the Me You Can't See. So I believe I canceled both of those and then they sent me a notice saying that it was going to expire soon. So that lets me know that I was actually successful in canceling both of those. So, but I will monitor to make sure that they are for sure gone. Because, remember how difficult it was to get out of AOL? Am I showing my age when I say that? But you guys remember how difficult it was to like delete your AOL account? They just wouldn't let you go for anything in the world. Baron, have you ever considered doing your blog like Terrell, where you can see while you're doing your? I have thought about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like this format. It is. I guess it's easier, but I don't know. I think I may just go back to the edited videos for a while and do it like that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Connie Balmer. Thank you. I'm glad for you guys. I mean, having this community, I cannot tell you how much this community has done for me during the pandemic, during those like really dreadful days of the pandemic. Even before I started making videos, having the Sussex Squad community was my safe space, is my safe space. And so when the Sussexes had to step back from royal duty, I felt like I was losing that, they gave me so much joy. Just watching them, Sussex, as I say, let the Sussexes Sussex, watching them go about and doing things and engaging with people. And that was like my guilty pleasure, was just watching them go about and do stuff. And so I felt like, with stepping back, that I was going to miss out on something. I felt like something was taken from me because, that way, having them to concentrate on, I didn't have to think about who the president was at the time. I didn't have to think about a lot of stuff, including, who the president was at that time. So my safe space was gone. But having the community, I felt like I got my safe space back. So in exchange for that, I've done everything I can to maintain this channel as a safe space, and to give us a chance to laugh about some of the stuff that made us feel very helpless as squatties. Let me see. Tell us you don't want us to see your face. Well, I think it's very distracting. And let's be honest. Um, I don't want to say which channel, but one of the channels, it was like, what's that in your living room? All kind of bizarre stuff like that. It is such a distraction. And just as another squatty said, people were like, well, if you touch your face too much, that is a distraction. There's so many things that go wrong when you do stuff like that. So it's just so much easier, so that every little thing, like, is that lip balm on your desk? Those kind of things are a non-factor. So that is why it's just so much easier to work like this. Whatever you choose, we will be there for you. Oh, thank you so much, Helene. I appreciate that. Okay. I don't get why haters thought it was okay to smear and hate without consequences. Their jealousy of Meghan have warped their minds. They are sick. Sick! Yes, they're sick. And I'm sick of it. Do you hear me? That felt good, letting that out like that. The unroyal family and their minions are being exposed slowly but surely. They're afraid of their misdeeds being out in the open. Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, I I'm thinking right now, I do get a lot of traffic on this channel, and I don't really think about it most days, but 4.8 million views, I guess that is a lot of traffic. And with that, I get a lot of people. I mean, I probably have blocked, maybe it's got to be more than 500 people, maybe even more than 600 people have been blocked from this channel. So, um, sometimes I keep receipts. I save like some of the hate messages that, or even in the comments sometimes, like this one. You're so ignorant. Meghan Markle have no family values, and she dragged Harry down. That is his family. You are trashing, and why doesn't he care? Clearly, that's how you treat your own family, fascist. So I guess this person was calling me a fascist because because I side with the Sussexes. It was just weird. But I saved it because I don't know, I just thought it was kind of cool to be called. I never been called a fascist before, so I kind of got a kick out of that. But let me see. So it's okay. We love the podcast just the way it is. Yeah, I mean, it's easier to work this way. I mean, of course, I did when I went to Melba's. I thought it was appropriate for that particular occasion, but otherwise, this is just the easier format. Okay. Yes. Thanks, Mod Squad, for all you do. Yeah, absolutely. The Mod Squad are the real people that keeps this a safe space here in the comments and also on the live stream. Okay. We know what she really wanted to call you. Probably, probably. And because I'm like, okay, when I say that the work is never really done, what I mean by that is like, okay, for instance, that last thing that I just read for you guys. So I file that under troll. So I have a collection of, some of the kind of dodgier comments that people have made. I've saved a few of those. And there's a few squatties that have been blocked from the channel because they were particularly rude to me. I won't name which ones, but there were a couple of squatties that were particularly rude to me. Um, because I wasn't doing the podcast the way that they want it done, or that kind of thing. So I saved a few of those just for my own records. But you wouldn't believe the brazen, um, I guess, vitriol that some people will throw at you because they're not satisfied with something. And I guess when you are doing work like this, you become dehumanized for some people, and they don't really think of you as a person. You're like a commodity. So that was something I had to get used to. I mean, I've had that happen before. Believe it or not, this is not the first time I've actually talked for a living, if you want to consider this talking. Let me see. Here's another one of my favorites. Why is a black guy talking about British culture as if he has any idea what he's talking about? Okay, that was a one. Let me see. Here's another one. Um, Let me see. Oh no, that one's directed at someone else. Well, it's directed at Doria, so I'm not going to read that one. Let me see. Please get your facts straight. Harry can pay for his own security. No one is stopping him. What he can't pay for is security protection from the British police or Secret Service. Okay, yeah, this one isn't about me. Remember, he is not a working royal, stood down from the royal duties because, as a USA Police Department and FBI do not available, let me see, are not available for private hire, but he can hire his own. But anyway, that was just something stupid from when they went to New York. So there you have it. I mean, there's been a few of those situations. Had a wonderful time. I celebrated my 14th birthday with the most beautiful girl in New York. Emerson celebrated my New Year's and visited my friends I've not seen for a while. Melba's was great. Oh, okay. So you've been to Melba's. I think you mentioned that before, right? It was me, just was rude. I just wanted your story. No, it was not you. It was not you. Yeah, but I had to block a couple people for that. I mean, it was shocking because some of the rude comments, I'm just like, seriously? Yeah. I mean, I'm probably way too patient, and some of you guys have said, I can't believe how patient you are sometimes. I try not to make these things personal. I don't take it as something personal, especially if I don't know the person. But I mean, it's like I can't be angry with someone I don't love. If it's someone that I don't love as a friend or family or something like that, then I'm just very disappointed, but not so angry, because I don't feel like if I don't know I feel like if I don't know the person, then they don't know me well enough to draw that type of a emotion out of me. Let me see, Baron, you are doing things perfectly because I wouldn't listen to you. I I'm happy you are here to spread positive news on Meghan and Harry. I especially love the shade on Coughing Chuck, Bird Miller, Baldy, and Bones. Yeah, I like to kind of give a little, give a little of that back that so much of the Sussexes have taken. I mean, I just like to dish it back to the those people. But oh man, yeah, because the sometimes it's just that those blaring headlines that we see here and there and everywhere, and of course the way that the American media has kind of taken up a lot of these negative stories from the British press and put it on American TV. That makes me feel very helpless. I hate, especially when they say, but didn't they want privacy? And so before I know it, I'm like making a video. That was my response to it. I mean, I can't change what has been said and done, but at least I could give a little bit of it back. And if it goes to the perpetrators, then so much the better. Okay. Typing, I'll be listening while doing my nails. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Ladyfoot. Okay, let me see. All right, you guys. Well, you all have been very helpful. I'll have to give that some consideration. Just wait until bed knobs and broomsticks, and well, I don't know. It just depends on how it goes. But um, I mean, if things get weird in Jamaica, we definitely have to talk about that. I just have to take my chances. I'll just have to take my chances with that one. Let me see. When people are hurt, they want to hurt back, and that's what Meghan has done by marrying Prince Harry. She really some woman. Okay. If I ever made you feel bad in any way, please take it with love. I'm always trying to be someone's mama. Aw, no, you haven't. No, absolutely not. We're good. No, I mean it's just believe me, if you guys could have seen like some of the rudeness I had got from a couple of squatties, it would kind of shock you, and you'd be like, "What?" But I'm going to keep that private, because it's better for the squatties if we don't carry on like that with each other. So I'm going to take the high road whenever possible. I'm late. I was listening to the confirmation hearings, a very historic moment. I'd say yes, that is true. Let's see. And what about the parents? What must they be thinking right now? I just love that her parents are there. Look at how proud mom is. Mom is so proud. Look at how proud she is. That is that proud mom face. That is the face that we all want from our moms, is that baby, I'm so proud of you. Could you imagine that? A Supreme Court justice with all of that power and authority, and still somebody calls her baby. I'm just assuming. Baby, you done it. You're a Supreme Court justice. Oh, that is going to be awesome. If they can get that on camera, if they can get that on camera, that would be so cool. You might be a Supreme Court justice, but you're still somebody's baby. uh, let me see. Oh yeah, yeah, I could imagine. Well, you guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me like this. I mean, y'all could be anywhere, but y'all are just kind of keeping me company right now. And while this is really sweet, I I should probably get going. Let me see here. I watched basketball this weekend, and I am rooting for St. Peter's to win. Okay. Thank you for that, Donna Black. Papa is proud as punch, too. Wow, I've never heard that phrase before, proud as punch. I'm going to have to try to use that. Adrian, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. I mean, it's you could be anywhere right now and you're hanging out here with me. That is lovely. Okay. I'm gonna share a photo with you guys. I'm going to share a photo with you all. I call it proud, and anytime anybody in my family makes me proud, I share this photo. Let me take another look at it before I decide to do that, though. Oh my God. But I love this photo. And if I ever sent this photo to someone, then they know I am particularly proud. And mind you, when I took this photo, and don't you guys laugh at me either. When I took this photo, I was on the tube. I was in London. I was on the tube. And of course, whenever I travel, I get that phone plan so I could use my phone anywhere in the world, like I'm at home. Costs like $10 a day. So listen, don't you guys laugh at me. Oh, I just got a cash app from someone. Thank you. I won't say the name, but I'll just use the initials. I appreciate that. Let me see the initials. The initials. Hold on a second. Um, because some of y'all use a different name online, so I learned that. Um, all right, SFW. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I just saw my phone light up. Appreciate it. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so are you all ready for my proud picture? Yes or no? Do not laugh when you see this, but I use it. I use. Okay, maybe I won't show you. It's been built up too much. uh, Edna says yes. Who else? Anybody else want to see it? I call it my proud picture. Hi everyone, Baron. Please get receipts on the Duke and Duchess of Doolittle. Why they're doing exactly what Prince Harry and okay. You mean the side by side comparison thing, right? Oops, how did I put that up there? Let me get rid of him. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I am going to submit to you my proud. That's why I tells you I know that face. uh, you can tell I believe I'm on the tube. I think I'm on the tube. I was no, maybe it wasn't a tube. Maybe it was one of those like it was a train. As a matter of fact, since that's my phone, I could tell you where I was located when I took that picture because it should be on the information. Where was I? Yeah, I was in London. It says Islington, England. Islington. That's like an area of London, right? I think it's a cute picture though. Yeah. And I took that photo with my iPhone 7 Plus. That was June 11th, 2018. See, I have a good memory. I was in London when I took that photo. And I forgot it was something someone had told me and I was super proud. So I took a picture of my face and I sent it. So from here on out, whenever I'm really proud of someone, I cannot believe I shared that photo. As I look at it, I'm like, my nose looks like a double barrel shotgun. I mean, you can see all the way up inside of my cranium. But I was so proud. I can't even remember what I was proud of. It was something. Somebody had done something, and I was just proud of them, and I wanted to share that moment. I was on a train. I'm pretty sure I was on a train. I was going through Islington, and I rarely take a bus in London, so I'm pretty sure I was on a train, but it could have been a bus. I don't remember. I think it was a train. Yeah, let me look at the info again. Uh Let me see if I can zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. The closest like landmark was huh, Sir John the Sir John Old Castle. What the heck is that? Bleeding Heart Restaurant, the Vault. Those are like okay. Farringdon Road is close. Yeah, I was like near Farringdon Road. I don't know where I was going. I don't know where I was going, but that's where I was. I can't make this map any bigger to figure it out either. So there you have it. Um, God, that was a long time ago. iPhone 7 Plus. I think I'm on my third phone since then. Oh man. Okay. I'm looking at the map. I can't figure out where I don't know what I was doing. That was the 18th. Oh, you know what? I can figure this out. I can figure this out. Give me a minute. I said the 18th. No, I'm sorry. June 11th, 2018. So if I go June 11th, 2018, where was I going that day? That day, I went to Brighton. I'm sorry. I went to Brighton that day. Yeah, I went to Brighton that day. So I must have been on a train on my way to Brighton or something. I don't remember. But I know I was in London that morning and I did a day trip to Brighton Beach. Really? You know what? I have to tell you, Etna, I was over, yeah, I was over, was I over? Yeah, I was over 50 in that photo. I was over 50 years old in that photo. Can you believe I just knocked myself out? I literally just took myself out of the StreamYard screen. I'm sitting here going down memory lane and just clicking all kind of stuff. But yeah, so I was over 50 in that photo. But thank you for the compliment. And I had a nice time at Brighton Beach. I'll show you one of the photos from Brighton Beach if you want to see it. Hold on. Let me do this and I'll show you a photo of me from that day. Let me find a good one. Let me find a good one. Uh, nope, 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 nope. I'm trying to find a good photo from that day. Nope. I took a selfie. Let me find one of my favorites. Yeah, you know what? I was on a train. I was on a train, but I was on a train headed to Brighton Beach. I wasn't on the tube. I was on the train headed to Brighton Beach. That much I'm sure of. Nope, not that one. This one has too much double chin. I'm not liking this one. Hold on. Maybe. Okay, don't rush me. I'm in no rush to show my double chin. Oh my god, can you guys hear the police? That's the palace. The palace is after me. That's the Metropolitan Police. That is the Met. They're after me. The Met is after me. Okay. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. I got a photo ready. I can't believe it's still like 625 people in here. Uh, let me see. Oh, you know what? That photo wouldn't open. Let me do something. I got to get rid of something to bring another one in. That's what happened. That one wouldn't open. So, okay, I got this. I got it. Now, please don't get angry about my hat. I made a visit to a university and I purchased one of their hats. There it is. It's a Cambridge University hat. And that is me back in 2018 at Brighton Beach. Okay, can I get dressed now? That is your male exotic dancer, Chocolate Thunder, at Brighton Beach. But you know, if you go to Brighton Beach, it's not very comfortable to walk on the beach because it is covered with little pebbles. And so if you take your shoes off, it is very, very painful. Okay. Look at how tan I am, though. I am like very tan in this photo. That's because before this, I was in like Italy and I was in Spain and Portugal. And so I'm still like carrying my tan from being in Southern Europe. And I made my way back. That was June 18th. So that means I had just went to Trooping the Colors. And I also the wedding was what, a month before that? If that was the 18th? No, that was the 11th. So yeah, I think this was maybe a couple days after Trooping the Colors. Okay, so you guys, thank you for letting me share those photos. I had such a great time at Brighton Beach. I know that the Sussexes went to the pavilion there, and I think I went to the pavilion before or after them. I think I went after the Sussexes went to the pavilion. Or no, maybe it was before. I don't remember. But anyway, the pavilion was really cool. I took a tour of that. Um, fun day, fun day. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things. I love to travel. I love traveling. I love being someplace else. So that's what I did. And that made me so proud. That's my proud face. Yeah, you know, all I have to do is look at the dates and I can tell you what day. Uh-oh, there they are. There they are. Okay, but I'm not going to talk about them until after they get back. Okay, you guys. Any more comments? Okay. 50 plus. Yeah, 50 is a new 20. Yeah. Do you always stay in hostels when you travel? Lily Ginger, I predominantly stay in hostels unless I can find a really super cheap rate at a hotel. But post pandemic, I doubt if I'll stay at a hostel um, ever again in life because when you're at a hostel, you have like no control over the ventilation. Sometimes you may have a good window to open, but sometimes you don't. So I love the hostels. I love interacting with people at the hostels, but the hostels can be, um, you know, you don't have as much control over the environment. So you may be stuck in a very, shall we say, claustrophobic space, breathing the same air as other people, and you can get yourself sick like that. So all of that being considered, I doubt if I'm gonna do a hostel in the future. We'll see. I mean, I've taken all three of my shots and everything, but still, that may not be enough. So I'll show you a picture of the hostel where I stayed if you guys want to see it. Um, my hostel was called the Clink. I stayed at maybe five different hostels over time in London, but this one is called the Clink, and they call it the Clink because it used to be a jail. So I thought that was really cool that they called it the Clink. Okay, that is the Clink. I will share that with you. Yeah, that's it right there. So the big arch in front, that was the entrance to the courthouse. And I believe the building to the side of it is the old jailhouse. Either that or maybe they had the jail cells in the basement. And so you can see the entrance where the black car is there. That's the entrance. And I stayed in a room that was on the street side there. Yeah, I stayed right there in the second building there. That was where I shared a room with like 17 other people. It was surreal. 17 people. 17. 1 7. So with myself, that made 18 people in the room. Fortunately, it was very cool that time of year. So there was a lot of fresh air coming through. Ah, thank you, Carolyn. I'm so proud that you're proud of my proud face. No, that you feel a deeper connection to my proud face. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Black Cougar is here. Yes, they are Black Cougar. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it every time. My first time staying in a hostel was 2007, and that was at the Piccadilly Backpackers. I believe they closed since then, but it was called the Piccadilly Backpackers. That was my first hostel. But that is a really cool building there. I had a that was like the last place I stayed when I got there. I mean, while I was there. So, okay. I think hostels do deserve a good purpose. I mean, I'm sorry, do serve a good purpose, but you as an individual have no control over how your fellow travelers hygiene. Well, that's true. There the only time that was a problem, I stayed in, oh god, was it Manchester or Birmingham? No, it wasn't Birmingham. I believe it was Manchester, and Ed Sheeran was in town, and so there was a limited amount of hotels and hostels. So the hotels were too high, so I did stay at a hostel, but then they told me they didn't have any room, so I had to walk to their other location, and when I got there, they put me in a room in a dorm that smelled just like a locker room. I mean, that bad locker room smell. And that was like the most disgusting room I was ever in. If it was possible to pick up a virus, that would have been the place for it to happen. A virus, a fungus, mold spores, you name it. I mean, that room was funky. It smelled bad. It smells so bad, I can still smell it right now just thinking about it. I can remember the smell. And that was the only time I stayed in a room that I was like, "Nope." But other than that, I mean, I was so glad to travel that I'm pretty tough about stuff like that. You can't make too much noise, you can't do too much wrong. I'm in it to win it. But, like, when I was in York, I stayed at a hostel where there was you know how when you go to a club and the whole room is shaking because of, the big speakers, the big woofers and everything? Well, this place had, like, a dance floor. I mean, it was a bar, there was a dance floor there or whatever, and so the whole building was shaking. I slept right through it. I slept right through it. My roommate hated it, so we went to the bar and got drinks. But a matter of fact, that wasn't my roommate. He was actually in another room, but he was just like complaining about the place. And he asked if I wanted to go to the bar. And I'm like, oh, sure. So we went to the bar and we went our separate ways. Apparently, the next day, he told me he didn't sleep at all. I slept right through it. I'm glad for the activity. I don't mind young people enjoying themselves. Yeah, I'm not a prude. Pamela, there's all kind of people coming and going from the hostels. And yeah, but they give you a little locker where you can keep your stuff. I always take a small lock with me. And it was cool. I mean, but and I don't know if you guys have ever stayed in a hostel, but it's first come, first serve. They do have women dormitories, but then most of them are unisex. So uh you never know who you're gonna wake up next to. And that's part of the fun is you just don't know. Let me see if you have not. Yeah, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Um Lovely podcast. Thanks for covering the. Well, I hope I covered it. Recollections may vary. Some recollections may vary, so I hope I covered it, but thank you. Yes. Baron Le Train. Yeah, I was on one of those British trains. The British Rail Pass is the British pay more for train rides than anybody else in Europe. It is insane how much trains cost. Public transportation in the UK is outrageously expensive. I had like a 2-month rail pass for Europe that cost only a little bit more than a 1-month rail pass in the UK. Did you get that? It was only slightly more. I could cover all of Europe for almost the same price that it costs to go through the UK. So, but if you guys do travel abroad and you planning to go from city to city, I advise you to get a rail pass while you're in the United States. It's cheaper to get the Euro pass or the Brit pass while you're in the United States than what you would pay once you're over there. So if you think you're going to go over there and buy the pass, that's a big mistake. Um, it doesn't go into effect until you actually use it. So I think you have like up to a year from the time you purchase to use it. So if you don't go right away, if something changes, don't worry about it. You can use it later. But the rail pass is very useful. And if you happen to go to two different cities on the same day, as long as you check in before 12 a.m., before as long as you're on the train before midnight, then it counts as the same day. So you could conceivably see not one, but two or possibly three cities in the same day. So I'm just saying, very, very useful. We usually have our hostel reserved before we get on any plane. My daughter and I did that a lot. Yes. You know, I've done that before where I would like, okay, the last time I stayed in London, I stayed at a hotel for the first couple days, but then after that it was hostel, hostel, hostel. Um, so I actually stayed at a hotel, but it was kind of far away from central London. It was called the Good Hotel. The Good Hotel. It was built on a barge, and I thought that was so cool. I just had to stay there. I liked it so much I actually stayed there twice. But then the rest of the trip was mostly hostels with the occasional hotel. But I didn't do because I was going from city to city, it would have been like impossible for me to book the hostels in advance. So I can't tell you how many times I was on a train and I said to myself, "Oh, I don't have a hostel for tonight." And so literally I was on the train searching for a hostel. It was fun to ride the bullet train from Germany to Paris. My first time took back in 2015. Oh, the TGV, right? The TGV. I think the French make all the fast trains in Europe. Um, like if you take the channel, if you go from London to Paris, you're probably on one of those trains. And I took one from Paris to Barcelona, and I've taken the one from Italy has one, but I don't remember from where to where I took it. I just remember that I took one from Rome, and then of course, yeah, yeah. So there's a few places that they have them, but some places they still have the mostly slow trains to take. Let me- okay, so there I am. I'm on the Virgin first class. Yeah, that's not a plane, that's a train. And that was one of those fast trains going along the coast of Scotland and England. I think I went from Scotland to England on the Virgin. I went north and then I went back south again on the Virgin. How ironic, Virgin first class. I couldn't make anybody believe that about me. I mean, first class, that is. Virgin, not so much. um, anyway, you guys, I know that Duchess of Success is coming up, so I am going to give you guys time to get ready for that. And is there any more comments before I go? Barcelona is beautiful, lots of art. Yeah, like the Sagrada Familia. I love the Sagrada Familia. Um, Gosh, I got so many nice photos from Barcelona. I took thousands of photos. Although I have to say, well, no, was it Barcelona or Madrid? I think it was Madrid. I broke my camera. I dropped it and broke my zoom lens. And so by the time I got to um, Cologne, I had to buy another one, but I found a really good bargain. The bullet train travels fast, but you feel like you're not even moving. Only by looking at the posted speed do you know how fast you're traveling. Yeah, I think the speed for us using the imperial measurements, the speed is about 160 miles an hour. It's like 320 kilometers an hour, maybe 360 miles an hour. I'm sorry, 160 miles an hour. But yeah, it is as smooth as butter. Um, and I'm going to tell you too, if you buy a rail pass in the US, right? If you buy a rail pass in the US, if you are a certain age, you will not qualify for a discounted ticket, meaning that you cannot get a student discount if you're too old. And if you're too young for a senior discount, um, then you're also stuck. So I have yet to buy myself a senior discounted ticket. So they told me that you have to buy the first class ticket. I argued with the lady. I said, but I don't want first class. I want this discount. And she said, trust me, you want that first class. She said, because some trains are so crowded. This is the only way that we can guarantee that you have a seat. So you have to take the first class. So I did. And boy, was she right. Um, I was on a train where there was no place to sit down in the back. And up in the front, I was like Queen Latifah on Last Holiday. I had the whole cabin to myself. You know how they have the 3 seats facing one another? I had the entire cabin to myself. And then some of the people from the back thought that they could come up and sit down, and the porter made them go back to the back of the train. And there I was sitting up there in a lap of luxury. I was so proud. That's how proud I was. I made my proud face. That's how proud I was. Let me see. Am I missing any of your comments here? No, I don't think I missed any. Lots of art. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Mary H says, Baron, that was nice. Like hearing your travels, especially by train. Next time, tell us the kind of food you had. Mary, when I was in Spain, I discovered those little ham sandwiches, okay? When I discovered those little ham sandwiches, just a piece of ham on a hard roll, I think I ate 1,000 of those things before I left the Iberian Peninsula. I ate them in Spain. I had them in Portugal. I love those sandwiches. I didn't even know it was ham. I just knew it was good. Oh my God. And then like when you keep them in your backpack and the heat kind of melts the ham into the bread. Oh, oh, it was so good. I would keep one of those for emergency in case I went somewhere and the food was super expensive. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got a ham sandwich. So yeah. But yeah, I can talk about food next time. All right, you guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk about my European travels. You guys do know I've been to Europe, right? Annie knows I've been to Europe. Yes, I've been to Europe before. I don't know if I mentioned that. I mean, I don't know who brought it up, or how it came up in the conversation, but yes, I've been to Europe. Shaking hips. What hips? They ain't got no hips. They ain't got no hips. They were shaking, but they ain't got no hips. I mean, let's be honest about it. They may have been shaking, but there was no hips, no behinds, nothing like that. Just, you know, I've never seen a broomstick with hips. What? I mean, I'm just saying I don't like to talk about it much because I'm so shy, but on the odd occasion I have been to Europe. But I don't like to talk about it because, I'm kind of shy. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for hanging out here. Thanks for making me so proud of Royal Sussex. And let's ginger avenger ourselves out of here because I think I need a little nap. And of course, I ate so many sausages in Cologne. I ate so many sausages, I literally belched my way out of town. I ate sausage after sausage after sausage. It was so good. I'd get some of that curry's worth or mustard. I mean, I just ate sausages till they were coming out of my ears. I am just morbidly curious over my affinity for German sausage. As I was leaving Cologne, I was like, bye. I mean, just belched my way out of town. Okay, y'all. Love you. Bye.